and welcome. If you have ever experienced a ringing, buzzing or hissing sound in your ears when there is no external sound source, you'll likely encounter tinnitus. It's a condition that affects millions of people worldwide, yet there is still a lot of confusion about it. Today, we are going to separate the myths from the facts so that you can better understand what tinnitus is, why it happens, and what you can do about it. Whether you're newly diagnosed or you've been living with tinnitus for years, it's crucial to know what's true and what's not. By the end of this video, you will feel much more informed and empowered to handle tinnitus with confidence. So let's dive in. Myth 1. Tinnitus is a disease. A common misconception about tinnitus is that it's a disease. The reality is that tinnitus isn't a disease at all. It's a symptom. It's not something that can be caught or treated in the same way a disease would be. Tinnitus is actually a sign that something else is happening in your auditory system. For example, tinnitus often results from hearing damage like exposure to loud noises. If you have ever attended a loud concert or worked in a noisy environment, you might have noticed a ringing sound in your ears afterwards. That's an example of temporary tinnitus, which often resolves on its own once the exposure to loud sound stops. However, other causes could include ear infections, stress, or even certain medications that affect the auditory nerve. Tinnitus can also be a sign of underlying conditions such as Meniere's disease or temporomandibular joint (TMJ) disorder. Fact: tinnitus is a symptom, not a disease. It's often linked to other health conditions. Myth number 2. Tinnitus always means hearing loss. Many people believe that if you have tinnitus, you must also have hearing loss. While it's true that tinnitus is commonly associated with hearing loss, that's not always the case. Take for example, a young person who experiences tinnitus after a concert or prolonged exposure to loud music. They may not experience significant hearing loss, but the loud sounds can cause temporary tinnitus. Over time, if they continue to expose their ears to high volumes without protection, they may begin to experience more permanent hearing damage, which can then lead to tinnitus. On the other hand, people with hearing loss may not always experience tinnitus. It's important to understand that tinnitus can occur without hearing loss, and some people with tinnitus have normal hearing on testing. Fact: tinnitus and hearing loss often coexist, but one doesn't always lead to the other. Myth number 3. There's nothing that can be done about tinnitus. This is one of the most discouraging myths. Many people believe that once tinnitus sets in, there is nothing that can be done about it. The truth is that while there is no definitive cure for tinnitus, there are numerous treatment options available that can help you manage and reduce the symptoms. For instance, sound therapy is a popular treatment where background noise like white noise or nature sounds is used to mask the ringing or buzzing sounds in your ears. You can also try cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT), which can help you change your perception of tinnitus and reduce the distress it causes. Stress management techniques like yoga or meditation can also play a big role in reducing the intensity of tinnitus symptoms. If you have hearing loss alongside tinnitus, hearing aids can also be an excellent solution. Hearing aids amplify external sounds which can distract from the tinnitus and make external noises easy to hear. Fact: while there is no universal cure, there are plenty of ways to manage tinnitus effectively. Myth number 4. Tinnitus only affects older people. Here's another myth that doesn't hold up, that tinnitus only affects older people. While it's true that age-related hearing loss is a major factor in tinnitus for older adults, tinnitus can affect people of all ages. In fact, it's increasingly common among younger people due to noise exposure. Did you know that approximately 1 in 5 teens report experiencing some form of tinnitus? That's a statistic that's growing with the popularity of high-volume music listening through headphones and earbuds. Even if you're young and healthy, even if you're not protecting your ears from loud sounds, you could be at risk for tinnitus in the future. Fact: tinnitus can affect anyone from teenagers to the adult, especially in today's loud world. Myth number 5. Tinnitus will always get worse over time. Many people are afraid that tinnitus will always get worse with time. While it's true that some individuals might experience a gradual increase in symptoms, this isn't always the case. In fact, many people find that their tinnitus symptoms fluctuate or even improve with the right management strategies. Fact: tinnitus doesn't always worsen. With proper management, symptoms can improve or remain stable over time. Myth number 6: tinnitus is caused by anxiety or stress. Many people believe that tinnitus is caused by anxiety or stress. While it's true that anxiety and stress can make tinnitus feel worse, they don't actually cause it. Tinnitus primarily results from problems in the auditory system, such as hearing damage, infection, or ear blockages. However, anxiety and stress can heighten your sensitivity to tinnitus. For example, if you're already dealing with tinnitus and then become anxious about it, your focus on ringing might make it feel louder or more persistent. Stress can also cause muscle tension, which can affect the ear region and aggravate tinnitus. Fact: anxiety and stress can worsen tinnitus, but they're not the root causes. Prevention tips for tinnitus. Now that we have cleared up some myths, let's talk about how you can protect yourself from tinnitus. Prevention is key, and there are simple steps you can take to reduce your risk. Wear ear protection in loud environments. If you're attending a concert, working with machinery, or listening to music through headphones, make sure to use earplugs or noise cancelling headphones. Lower the volume. If you're listening to music on your headphones, keep the volume at a moderate level. A good rule of thumb is the 60 by 60 rule. Listen at 60% of the maximum volume for no more than 60 minutes at a time. Give your ears a break. After being exposed to loud sounds, take regular breaks in quiet spaces to give your ears time to recover. Manage stress. Stress management techniques such as deep breathing, yoga, or mindfulness can help lower the impact of tinnitus. Get regular hearing checkups. Keep up with regular hearing tests and visit your audiologist if you notice changes in your hearing or if tinnitus becomes more bothersome. If you or a loved one is dealing with tinnitus, you may be wondering how to manage the symptoms effectively. Hearzap offers tailored solutions to help you take control of your symptoms. Expert advice, comprehensive support. With Hearzap, you're not alone in your journey. You'll receive the support and resources you need to live a fuller, quieter life. We have now covered some of the biggest myths about tinnitus, and hopefully you're feeling more confident in your understanding of the condition. Tinnitus doesn't have to control your life, and with the right knowledge, support and treatment, you can find ways to reduce its impact. If you're struggling with tinnitus, remember that you're not alone. Don't forget to protect your hearing and seek professional help if needed. Thank you and see you next time.